What is up? Welcome to another edition of SacTown Movie Buffs. Once again, I'm here, and this is Jason. And today we are back reviewing a new film that is only playing in theaters, I believe. And that film is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. And I say without further ado, I say we get right into it. And I believe you're going to take this one on, Jason.
Sure. Yeah. Bodies, bodies, bodies. Okay. It's it's a lot of different genres, but I guess primarily you could call it a horror comedy. It is about a group of primarily, I don't know, what do you call it these days? Gen Z? I don't know.
Millennials, or not millennials, but
No,
younger.
yeah,
Yeah. So Gen,
millennials are
Gen Z, I think is what they're called. So
Gen
yeah.
Z. Yeah, I don't know. They're all in their early 20s for the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Pete Davidson is a little older, so I don't know.
yeah, and the other guy too, of course.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Oh, the other guy for sure.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
we're in our 40s, so we might sound a little out of touch, but it's about young people.
Yeah, it's about
And
kids.
it's very much about the culture right now for young people. You know, I mean, social media and all that kind of stuff. From what I've heard, it's very clued into the the zeitgeist, I guess you could say. Wow, I'm sounding like a grandpa right now.
Yeah, you sound old, man. You sound old as hell.
Yeah. Anyway, so the main the characters we're first introduced to are a young couple, two young ladies, played by I think I'm pronouncing her name right, Amanda Sternberg, from The Hate You Give, which was a really good movie, and then Maria Bakalova. Most people know her as Borat's daughter from the Borat movie that came out last year.
Right.
Who's fantastic. I think she's great. So they're on the way to like a house party. First of all these characters are very, for the most part, pretty privileged. You know, young, very privileged young people. Wow, I sound really old. But they're going to a house party at a friend's house. Who, you know, it's more like a mansion. You know, gigantic house for a hurricane party. They're going to have a party during a hurricane, you know, stay inside and play games and stuff like that and just hang out. And basically, the movie does a real good job of like establishing, like right off the bat, like, yes, they're all friends, but there's a lot of like old grudges and like kind of yes, they're all friends, but there's definitely been some tension here and there, and it displays that very well with very little. I'll put it that way. So basically, day turns to night. The hurricane comes in, and they have an idea to play a game called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I have no idea if this is a real game or if it was made up for the movie, but it sounds a lot like, I think, what, you know, maybe people of our generation refer to as werewolf, maybe. But it's a game where everyone draws a card, and the person who draws the card with an X on it is the murderer. You know, not for real, but they're the murderer, and they have to go around and in the dark, and if, you know, pat somebody in the back and they're, you know, quote unquote dead. And so it's basically like like a role playing murder mystery Clue type game.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So, long story short, one of the friends winds up dead for real, with her throat slit, and so clearly somebody is playing this game for real.
Right.
And then it becomes like a murder mystery, because bodies keep appearing, and I'm not going to say who, of course, but you know,
it's kind of like a game of Clue in some ways, where, you know, one of these 6 people potentially could be the murderer, and bodies start appearing, and you're kind of like weeding down to who the murderer might be, kind of situation.
Yeah. The bodies start piling up, so someone is playing it for real, essentially. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a slasher movie. It's a murder mystery. It's a comedy. It's a whole lot of things. But I will say that I really, really enjoyed this movie. I would say Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is good. I've been waiting to say that. So this movie checks off a lot of boxes for me. Of course, I love horror movies. Of course, I love slasher movies. But it's also like a confined setting over the course of one night movie. It's a murder mystery. It is funny. It's well acted, especially Maria Bakalova, and I can't remember her name, but the lady from Shiva Baby, which I really liked a lot from last year, I believe.
Yeah, I think it came out last year.
Yeah. And I don't want to say too much, obviously, but it's chock full of twists, unexpected turns, and I'm of course not going to spoil anything, but I will say there's a twist ending, which in my opinion is handled perfectly because it fooled me, and I was still laughing about it the next day. Whenever I would think about the twist ending and how it was handled in the movie, to me it's like a perfect punchline to like a really good joke. And like I said, when I would just think about it the next day, I would start laughing because not just the twist itself, but the way it is delivered to the audience and the characters at the same time. I don't want to say too much, but to me it's really well handled, and I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and I look forward to watching it again. What did you think?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. I enjoyed it quite a bit as well. I thought it was fun. The girls are a little annoying and sometimes, and I think it's intentionally. But it definitely does, because they're kind of like that whiny Gen X entitled. It's intentional, but they do get a little whiny in certain parts. But no, I thought it was a fun film. I thought it was interesting. And then, like you said, the twist definitely threw me for a loop. It was, I thought it was going to go one way, and then I thought that the way that I thought it was going to go, I thought it was going to be revealed that way, but then it threw me for another loop. So I do like that about it. I love it when, because I'm always one that, like, I don't purposely try to see if I can figure out who the killer is or, how everything's going to unfold, but it does happen more often than not that I'm like, I bet you it's going to be this, or I bet you this is the person that did it. But this one definitely threw me for a loop. I didn't necessarily see this one coming at all, not in the way that it was constructed, that's for sure. But I definitely thought it was fun. I had a good time. I thought it was a good movie. It's simple because, like I said, it's only involved like just a handful of characters. They're in a tight house, but they all have different motives for being a killer for various reasons, And as people start ending up dead, I guess if you will, those motives become even more pronounced because it becomes a situation where you're like, oh, well, I didn't realize that part about that. I didn't realize, okay, well, that's a perfect motive, oh, well, that might be a reason to want to kill somebody or kill this person or whatever case may be. And you can see a little hints of that even beforehand because there's some conflict that happens, like you already alluded to, that happens early in the movie with a lot of the characters, and like you said, there's a lot of tension going on. There's a lot of issues that are unresolved. And then the girl from Russia, I don't know her name, but the girl from Russia, she's kind of new to the group. Nobody really knows her. So there's a lot of different like things going on that you're like, well, could be this person. That's a perfect motive, maybe this girl found out something, or maybe she knows this, or, so it's really interesting how everything kind of unfolds. And then when it finally does reveal itself, I thought that was an interesting twist for sure. So, and I love a movie that has an interesting twist for sure. So,
yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to speak too much on it because there are a lot of twists and turns that happen in there, and I don't want to talk about who dies and who lives and that kind of stuff. So, but definitely was very interesting for a film that's set in like a small setting. Like you said, that just takes place over basically, one night, basically in a nutshell. So, Cool. Anything else you want to add about bodies?
Nope.
All right. Well, overall grade and face should we give this one?
Yeah, I loved it. I can't wait to see it again. So I give it a 4.5 out of 5, which is A-, which is I had a great time.
Cool.
I'm going to guess you're going to give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of my grade for the day. We've done a couple
apparently.
reviews, and they've all kind of more or less fallen under the same grade, They're all different variances of 3.5 out of 5. There's some that I like a little bit more. I'm giving this one a 3.5 out of 5 as well. I don't know if it's quite as strong for me as the two previous films. Personally, I know for you it's probably the number one because it's the highest grade you gave out of those three that we reviewed. But this one is actually probably towards the bottom end of that. I just had some little small issues just with the annoyances of the girls a little bit, but I still gave it 3.5 out of 5. I still greatly enjoyed it, and it's definitely one that I'll watch again. I just liked a couple of the other films a little bit better for various reasons. So, but just a big smile, some teeth, and yeah, no, it was fun. Yeah. But let us know down in the comments. Did you like it? Did you not like it? As always, if you like the channel, we ask that you like, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification, and we'll be back again soon with another show for you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day.